Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. The future rewards those who press on. I don't have time to feel sorry for myself. I don't have time to complain. I'm going to press on. Why can't I just eat my waffle? Understand, our police officers put their lives on the line for us every single day. They've got a tough job to do to maintain public safety and hold accountable those who break the law. If the people cannot trust their government to do the job for which it exists, to protect them and to promote their common welfare, all else is lost. If you're walking down the right path and you're willing to keep walking, eventually you'll make progress. Money is not the only answer, but it makes a difference. There is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There is the United States of America. There is not a black America and a white America and Latino America and Asian America. There's the United States of America. We cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well funded. I've got a pen and I've got a phone, and I can use that pen to sign executive orders and take executive actions and administrative actions that move the ball forward. Focusing your life solely on making a buck shows a certain poverty of ambition. It asks too little of yourself. Because it's only when you hitch your wagon to something larger than yourself that you realize your true potential. My fellow Americans, we are and always will be a nation of immigrants. We were strangers once, too. I mean, I do think at a certain point you've made enough money. I think when you spread the wealth around it's good for everybody. I'm a warrior for the middle class. In a world of complex threats, our security and leadership depends on all elements of our power, including strong and principled diplomacy. We prove that we are still a people capable of doing big things and tackling our biggest challenges. A good compromise, a good piece of legislation, is like a good sentence, or a good piece of music. Everybody can recognize it. They say, "Ha! It works. It makes sense." In the end, that's what this election is about. Do we participate in a politics of cynicism or a politics of hope? We want everybody to act like adults, quit playing games, realize that it's not just my way or the highway. It's not surprising, then, they get bitter, they cling to guns or religion or antipathy to people who aren't like them or anti-immigrant sentiment or anti-trade sentiment as a way to explain their frustrations. I've got 2 daughters. 9 years old and 6 years old. I am going to teach them first of all about values and morals. But if they make a mistake, I don't want them punished with a baby. The thing about hip-hop today is it's smart, it's insightful. The way they can communicate a complex message in a very short space is remarkable. We need to steer clear of this poverty of ambition, where people want to drive fancy cars and wear nice clothes and live in nice apartments but don't want to work hard to accomplish these things. Everyone should try to realize their full potential. We need to internalize this idea of excellence. Not many folks spend a lot of time trying to be excellent. I'm the President of the United States. I'm not the Emperor of the United States. We can't drive our SUVs and eat as much as we want and keep our homes on 72 degrees at all times. And then just expect that other countries are going to say okay. That's not leadership. That's not going to happen. It took a lot of blood, sweat and tears to get to where we are today, but we have just begun. Today we begin in earnest the work of making sure that the world we leave our children is just a little bit better than the one we inhabit today. That's the good thing about being president, I can do whatever I want. You know, my faith is one that admits some doubt. It's not enough to train today's workforce. We also have to prepare tomorrow's workforce by guaranteeing every child access to a world-class education. Take off your bedroom slippers. Put on your marching shoes, he said, his voice rising as applause and cheers mounted. Shake it off. Stop complaining. Stop grumbling. Stop crying. We are going to press on. We have work to do. To avoid being mistaken for a sellout, I chose my friends carefully. The more politically active black students. The foreign students. The Chicanos. The Marxist professors and structural feminists and punk rock performance poets. We worship an awesome God in the blue states, and we don't like federal agents poking around our libraries in the red states. We coach Little League in the blue states and have gay friends in the red states. The United States is not, and never will be, at war with Islam. Issues are never simple. One thing I'm proud of is that very rarely will you hear me simplify the issues. My job is not to represent Washington to you, but to represent you to Washington. It was not a religion that attacked us that September day. It was Al-Qaeda. We will not sacrifice the liberties we cherish or hunker down behind walls of suspicion and mistrust. I cannot swallow whole the view of Lincoln as the great emancipator. I miss Saturday morning, rolling out of bed, not shaving, getting into my car with my girls, driving to the supermarket, squeezing the fruit, getting my car washed, taking walks.